First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Mang Liaoming, homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong, homage to the 16th Dharma King, Karmapa, and homage to Master Dubdan Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa Dude, Golden Mother of the primordial Jetpan. Simu, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, all disciples present here and over the internet, and our participating VIPs today are the Mayor of the Nantou County, Mr. Lin Zhen, from the Nantou County, the Director Generals of the Bureau of Civic Affairs, Director Wu, from Nantou County, the Chief of the Religion Department, Mr. Zheng Guoying, from Nantou County, the County Councilor, Mr. Ye Wenxin, from Nantou County, the religion personnel, Mr. Zhang Jianguo, the Chief Secretary to the Legislator, Ms. Ma Wenjun, Mr. Huang, the Chief Secretary to the Taiwan Government, Mr. Zheng Peifu and Mrs. Zheng, from Academia Sinica, Professor Zhu Ziyi and Mrs. Zhu, the Council from Tainan City, Mr. Chai, from the Zhongshan Medical College Affiliated Plastic Surgery Department, Dr. Zheng Shenlong, from Nantou County, the Association of Fellows from Shandong, the Vice President, Mr. Cui Shucheng, from Nantou County, the Fellow Association from Shandong, the Commissioner Ms. Tung, Law Advisor to Tribute School, Ms. Jennifer Zhou, Tribute School PhDs and Scholars Group and Medical Group, the General Manager to the Jingyi Enterprise, Ms. Zhang Yizhen, from Malaysia, Datuk Kenneth Loy and Datin and their daughter, from Malaysia, Datuk Mr. Li Hai-an and Lai Ding Li Qing and their daughter Li Qi, from America, Greater Philadelphia, United Chinese American Chambers of Commerce, Vice President Mr. Zhang and Mrs. Zhang, From Yunlin County, the head of the meat market, Mr. Lin Hongyi. The president of the Yiman incense product, Ms. Huang. Director of Temple Zhenxian Gong, Dharma Brother Huangdi. Mr. and Mrs. Zhu Jinshui. The president of the Worldwide Lotus Light Charity Society and producers for the Perfection Dharma Hevajra Exposition and Dual Messages of Tantrayana Master Lian Yue, and the host, my sister Peijing, and the host to the Lamdre and Sutra of Perfect Enlightenment, Master Lian He, Master Lian Jia, Master Lian Hai. Producers for the Kenny Tiansan Shinten from CTIDV Taiwan, Dharma Sister Rebecca Xiaqi. My sister Lu Shengling Lishi, Lu Guoyin Lishi, and her husband Li Erhong先生. My sisters, Miss Lu Shengmei, Lu Guoyin, and her husband. And thank you to the Fasting chapter. Dharma Sister Lin Li Su. Dharma Brother Cai Zhongyi. Dharma Brother Lin Jieseng. And from Hong Kong, Yang Xianchuo Dharma Brother, each for their donations of 100,000 NT dollars. Good afternoon, everybody. How do you do? The greetings in all different languages. Today we perform Golden Mother Homa. Actually, when I left Seattle, so the last offering in Seattle this year, the last Homa fire offerings, main deity was Golden Mother. And coming back here, our first Homa is also Golden Mother. That's wonderful. She is Grandmaster's first and foremost of the 3 idams and 3 gurus. The first is Golden Mother, second Amitabha, and third Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva. They are my grandmaster's idams, or main deities, meditational deities. In grandmaster's Buddhist studies, most people only worship the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, but in Tantrayana it's different. They include Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dharmapalas, Dakinis, and all heavenly beings. That's in Tantrayana. However, the one who started me into the Buddhist path was Golden Mother. So in the legends of the sages, the first and foremost was also Golden Mother. She was opening Grandmaster's divine eye and brought me to see my past lives. It's been recorded in my books. So the greatness, I have talked about Golden Mother's greatness multiple times. And I never abandoned my roots. And for spiritual cultivations, the most important is the gratitude that we owe to our roots should never be abandoned or should never be forgotten. We should never forget and abandon our roots. Yet you can forget all the hatreds, but you should never forget the gratitudes that you receive. That's why I never forget my own gurus. Like my gurus in Tantric Buddhism, the Venerable Mang Liao Ming, Master Sakya Tsung, His Holiness Karmapa, and Master Duptan Darji. Every time before giving Dharma teachings, I always invoke them because they are the roots of the lineage, of my lineage. So if there is no lineage, then it will not be called Tantrayana. All the merits that you gain come from the blessings of the root guru. So Guru Padmasambhava, the second Buddha from Udayana, had a famous statement to honor the Guru, treasure the Dharma, and practice diligently. By doing so, you're guaranteed to have realization. So the first one is to respect and honor the Guru. Without it, there's nothing left. No excuses whatsoever. In this life, toward all the gurus that have taught me, whether it's in Mahayana Buddhism or Tantric Buddhism or any other religions, including Iguan Dao. I never forget any of my gurus. I never dare to talk about them or to insult them. They reprimanded me and beat me and wrote books about me, but I never reacted to them. That's what a disciple should do toward the gurus. As a Buddhist disciple, we should be able to carry this kind of attitude. By all means, never to violate your guru, and if you ever do that, then that's a huge mistake. So please remember what Guru Padmasambhava had stated. Honor the Guru. So Golden Mother started me on this path. She was the guide that started me. So, and because of that, we could never have abandoned or forgotten her. Therefore, in True Buddha School, the only main deity is Golden Mother, the greatest Golden Mother. As I have said before, without Golden Mother, there would be no True Buddha School. Without Golden Mother, there would be no living Buddha Lian Sheng. Without Golden Mother, by now, as a profession, I would be a military man. I graduated from the survey engineering, and a senior in my college, Mr. Zhang Xiaosen, he's right here today. And then they combined to become Zhongzhen Technical College, Institute of, and then became a university. Kofang University. So I should not forget my root. If I had not met Golden Mother, I would probably have stayed in the military. And at 73, I would have been retired. There would not be True Buddha School or Sungyen Lu or none of this. So the critical turning point of my life was the moment I met Golden Mother. That was a huge change in my life. And she guided me to pay homage, take refuge in gurus, study Buddhism, to deliver sentient beings, and to spread Buddha Dharma. That's my roots. the most revered Golden Mother, the most remarkable Golden Mother, and also the most beautiful Golden Mother. Now I would like to say a few words about the Taiwan Lichang Temple. On the 4th floor, on the tiger side, there is Grandmaster's painting exhibition, and the topic is the celestial peach of Golden Mother on the 4th floor of the temple. And the book signing now is being done at that place, and also the paintings exhibition there. And in the future I would paint a huge painting. Can it be done on the 4th floor, the tiger side? Then we can paint there, or we can find a bigger place. Maybe above in the Great Hall. Then we can paint a huge painting, like the whole wall. If you have time, you can go to the 4th floor and go see the painting exhibition there. And about Master Lien Han, someone mentioned and asked Grandmaster why at his moment of death he could not have any attainments. But there are two reasons, simple reasons. Because he had passed away and have gone to the Western Paradise. So the rest is beyond discussion. But why at the moment of death he struggled? Because you did not know his path. He graduated from the Guangdong Art Institute. During the Cultural Revolution, all the schools were closed, and he became the red troop, the cultural revolutions like young troop. And he joined the troop and went to Xinjiang. He was young then. At 1, you were born with merriment. At 10, you're into your studies. At 20s, you're at the top of your youth. So at about 20, he went to Xinjiang. And he met a girl from the Uyghur tribe. A beautiful girl with a blushing face and big eyes, dark, bright, sparkling eyes, with long hair and nice figure. So he could not control his heartbeats, and he befriended her. That was his first love. At the moment of death, the girl from his first love appeared in front of his eyes. The lover from his puppy love. It was on his mind. So that's why I said at that time, oh no, Master Lien Han will be reincarnated in Xinjiang to become a mountain god there. Because he was thinking of the lover from his first love. I knew that. How about you? You don't know, but I know. So that's why he would become a mountain god in Xinjiang. That's the reason I saw it. In order to be reborn in the Buddha land, you have to be totally focused and in concentration and have forgotten everything. All the love, the hatreds, and all connections. All of them. The most important statement in Amitabha Sutra is total concentration. Without it, you cannot be reborn in the Buddha land. If you have any bondage in your heart, in your mind, there is no way for you to be reborn into Buddha lands. The lay master Li Bingnan said, although everybody chant Buddha Amitabha, but only very, very few and far in between to be reborn. Only few people will be reborn in the Western paradise. And the key here is whether you are in total concentration. If you are, then you can be reborn in the Buddha lands. But if you have any bondage or connection whatsoever, there's no way to go even the Pure Land. Moreover, the direct Buddhahood in this lifetime as in Tantrayana, that would be impossible. That was the first reason. The second reason was also something that you don't know. When I went back to Redmond, after my retreat, I went back to Redmond and Master Lien Han went to Redmond and told me, I will not do Ranteng anymore, the magazine Enlightenment. I want to change my path. I don't want to do Ranteng anymore. And I asked him, what do you want to do? And he said, I want to lead or to head the Tatan culture. Do you know? Nobody knew. Only Grandmaster knew about this. And Grandmaster said, no, no. And he stood up right away and asked, why? Why not? I want to take over that. And I replied, no, please, no way. And he said, I have to do it. I want to do it. Right? Yes. Simu was next to me. Simu was there. And Lien Hui. Lien Hui Lama was there too. So he argued with me and got really angry and hit the table like, how many years do I have left? And I told him, please sit down, calm down, let me explain. Someone has been doing the Tatan culture, so there's no opportunity for you. Just because of that, that's enough to let him go to hell. That alone made him go to hell. Why Master Lian Han could not become a Buddha, but Master Lian Teng could become a Buddha, and Lian Hua Yiming could become a Buddha, because they were single-minded and wholehearted. I will just mention these two reasons. And forget about the past, forget about the rest. They're all in the past now. Actually, Master Lian Han was a good cultivator who started together with Grandmaster, but because of his anger while dining in the restaurant, only 4 of us, Simu and I, Lian Han and Lian Hui, were dining, 4 of us. And he got really angry then. He rented a house in Redmond and then he left and moved away. That was something from his past. Sorry that I have to mention it today. And another thing, when I went to Hong Kong, at the hotel in Hong Kong, we were in the elevator and we got out together and nobody else. I was in the front and he was behind me, and all of a sudden he kneeled down and he said, Grandmaster, please tell me, please just say one word. And I asked, what is it? What is enlightenment? And I said, if I tell you, then the enlightenment is not yours. But if I don't say it, then that would be your own enlightenment. But I want to know. Okay, if that's the case, then I will tell you. So that's what his enlightenment is about. That's where his enlightenment came about. And everything is cause and effect, and because of this cause, he had to suffer the retribution. So at his death, I performed the ceremonial boundary to separate all the bad stuff from him. And with one syllable from Amitabha Buddha, I pinned it on his brow point and the heart chakra and the palms. And by holding that syllable, then you can go to the Pure Land of Amitabha Buddha. By mentioning it, it's okay. because that's the truth. In reality, for spiritual cultivators, it's very important never to make any mistakes. In Tantrayana, we say about the purity of the body, speech and mind. The key is the purity of body, speech and mind. Without the purity of the body, speech and mind, it's impossible for you to have attainments, that you will never attain the fruition of the body. In Tantrayana, you need to practice, to train, to attain the purity of the body, speech and mind, not with the slightest impurities. Then at the moment of death, you have to forget everything in order to be reborn into the higher realms. So this is talking about Master Lian Han as a warning. By talking about Master Lian Han, it is a warning to everyone. You know, the rage that he displayed when he stood up. By doing so, he violated the first of the 14 root downfalls. So please remember, for me, toward my lineage root gurus, to my gurus, to all the gurus that I have taken refuge or paid homage, I have paid homage to the 天德圣教孝昌明夫子。天德圣教 and many more gurus. We have a temple here that belongs to Chen Dafu of the Yiguan Dao sect. And I have paid homage to him too. And I also held the lineage master there. So the religion schools that have taken refuge in were numerous. When I started, I went everywhere. And I took refuge in many gurus. Xian Dun, Jie Guang, Hui San. The three elder venerables were my precept gurus. The In Sun master, Dao An, Le Guo, were all my gurus. When the Hong Kong Buddhism criticized me, I didn't say anything because at that time, the elder venerable Jie Guang was the chief editor of Hong Kong Buddhism. He's one of the key persons there, so I did not dare to react at all. I never argued with my gurus, and this person is Grandmaster Lu. As Buddhist, by all means, never to deceive and betray your guru. Now let me read from Lamdre book. You know, a Lamdre was transmitted by Virupa. He transmitted Lamdre the lineage was transmitted to a person called Sakya Ishi. That was a Zomi Ishi, which is a key figure in Sakya school. And Lamdre belonged to the Sakya school. And it's written here, the above is the measurements or proof of the yogic experiences of the appearances established based on the 4 pramanas. Therefore, the understanding of the self-nature of all mandalas, together with 4 kinds of wisdom potential chi, and the theory of the perfect 3 seats, one can cut off wonderments and give rise to causes and conditions of the body. This is to establish the 2 truths of the bodily methods continuum and abandoning gain and loss. And what empowerments are conferred? Colorful altar, characters pocha altar, bodhicitta altar, and the supreme or meaningful bodhicitta altar. And the colorful altar is the altar that's being set up or created using colors in Tantrayana. It's 2-dimensional with square outside and brown inside, and the main deity at the center, and with the walls and placing the deities at the proper places. As I said, that inside the prajna light, inside each prajna light are deities, the main deities, when they descend. So you have to learn the colorful altar. And the characters poja altar, altar with the Sanskrit syllables, like the Vajradhatu and Dharmadhatu mandala. There are lots of Sanskrit syllables, and each of the syllable represents the deity. And bodhicitta altar, that's the same as the altar at your heart of the body. And the supreme bodhicitta altar is in the sky. It has no form. So for the first empowerment is the colorful altar. And the Sanskrit mandala, bodhicitta mandala, and the supreme bodhicitta mandala, they represent different stages. Once you reach the bodhicitta altar, you are enlightened. And the supreme bodhicitta altar, the supreme means enlightenment, which means you're enlightened to the ultimate truth of the universe. That's called the supreme bodhicitta altar. So all appearance based on the yogic experiences. For example, from the Bodhisattva who's the first ground, is that the joyous ground is you would feel very joyful. That's the first ground of Bodhisattvahood. And when you reach the Huayan ground, that's the 10th ground. So the so-called 10 grounds of Bodhisattvahood, they're all just your own experiences, spiritual experiences inside your heart. So, because of the four pramanas established the yogic experiences of the appearances, and together with the four kinds of wisdom potential chi. What are they? As I said, so the five accompanying chi in the upper body is upper chi, lower chi, and then around is the peripheral chi. So there are four wisdom potential chi. And what is it? So what is this wisdom potential chi? Is when we breathe, and when the breath enters into the central channel, then it's called the wisdom chi. These four kinds of chi are not tangible, and your typical breathing is just a normal breathing. But once the chi enters into the central channel, then it becomes the four kinds of chi: upper chi, lower chi, peripheral chi, five accompanying chi, and the life chi, which is unmoved. Altogether 5 chi. And then the 3 perfect seeds. Then 1 cut off wonderments. Then you cut off all kinds of run thoughts. And because of the affinity of the chi channels and light drop inside your body, then you establish the 2 truths of the bodily method continue to abandon gain and loss. And the 2 stages are the development stages and the perfection stage. The development stages are the methods or the skillful means. And when you reach the perfection stage, then that would be the meaningful or the supreme bodhicitta altar. Those are the keys that I would like to explain here. The son-in-law told the mother-in-law that, "Dear mother-in-law, you're the most beautiful mother-in-law I've ever met, that you're amiable, approachable, beautiful, but why do you say it with your eyes closed?" "Because I can't lie with my eyes open." It's like a term in Chinese. So what Grandmaster said are all truthful. It's very difficult to explain Lamdre. This book is very difficult to expound. If you don't comprehend the concepts of Tantrayana, if you don't practice, it's impossible for you to explain, because it embodies profundities. It's very profound. Virupa was the dean of Nalanda University. He was in the forest of the Polonite country to live in seclusion, to live in retreat, and had attainment in Lamdre and the great perfection. He is truly great, Virupa. Someone was at the gym at home. If it's co-ed, it's $100 an hour, but if it's separate, man and woman, then it's $1,000 an hour. And he was very displeased and asked, "What is this?" And then the employee said, "Well, it's your choice." So he paid $1,000 an hour, and when he went in, there were complaints everywhere, and they all said, "How come there's another man? We're all just men," because $1,000 is for the co-ed, so men and women together. If they go separate, it's only $100. So this is what's called wonderments. So in Lamdre, it was written here to cut off wonderments. You have to stop all your wonderments. Because you have those thoughts, right? That's why you pay her $1,000. How come there's a joke like this? Madonna at 55 and the man at 22. Or Jennifer Lopez, how much? 42. And her boyfriend is 26. And the white snake, 1,000-year-old. And her husband, Qi Xian, was only 22. For women, before you find, you may not have true love because your boyfriends are not born yet. Things on earth are very strange, lots beyond your imagination, and lots of surprises. Once you learn Buddhism, the true attainments, once you gain true attainments, then naturally you generate power. You would have power on you. So talking about love, age is not an issue. As long as you have such power, how could age be an issue? So now let me ask Li Qi. Where are you, Li Qi? Now please come to the stage. Please give her a microphone. Now I'm asking a serious question, and please answer seriously, truthfully from your heart. Please don't lie to yourself and don't lie to Grandmaster, okay? Speak truthfully. How old are you this year? 11. Whom do you like? I love Grandmaster. But Grandmaster is 73 and she's 11. She loves Grandmaster because in my heart, Grandmaster is always 18. Okay, now let me ask you, whom would you marry in the future, Grandmaster? So love is not an issue. She wants to marry me. And she's only 11. And Grandmaster is 73. What's the difference? 62. So age is not an issue. Grandmaster will wait for you. However, let me tell you, when you grow up, I'm gone. Amitabha. Thank you. I love Li Qi most. And also Li Qian, she's there. And Yi Ting, the 3 little girls. Grandmaster speaks truthfully and don't dare to think too much. I'm just joking. But she spoke truthfully. But to live so that long, I would be so tired of it. Her desire to marry me has been for many years. A girl and a boy went to South Africa to travel, and there was a lion glaring at them. And then changed her shoes. And then asked why. Lions run very fast. Even when you change your shoes, how could you run faster than the lion? But no, I'm not trying to compete with the lion. I just want to run faster than you. So she doesn't have friendships toward her friends. You know? Yeah, she should have said that, you run first and I sacrifice myself. Then that would be righteousness. Between friends, you have to have such righteousness. Then there would be true friends. And when you take refuge in a guru, the guru stands up for all the disciples. Then there would be a true guru that's worthy in your heart. So that's why I often told the ghost witch, you've taken in so many ghosts. You know that from her own brochures. She took the tombstone from a ghost temple in Tianmu. That had the characters written, the illustrious spirits, and she took the tablet back to her center and worship it, and then she claimed that she's a Buddhist. Do you know that your ghosts have harmed so many people? So as the Guru, I'm here to say, just ask your ghost to calm Grandmaster, but please don't disturb my kind disciples. I've said so to all the ghosts that she employed. You have to find the leader. Don't find my kind disciples. Grandmaster is willing to shoulder everything for you. Only this is righteousness. But if a guru said, "Oh, please don't disturb me, just disturb everybody else, all my disciples," then the guru is not righteous. But a righteous guru, you raise your ghosts to become gods and even to go to Pure Lands, and you said that all your words count. But then why don't you come to me? 3 Japanese ghosts and 2 Chinese ghost heads. Why didn't they come to find me? You shouldn't mistreat the kind and afraid of the strong ones. Because in Grandmaster's hand, I have the decree of the King of Ghosts. After coming to get me once, now they don't dare to come again. At lunch today, I ate very little, right? Because the ghosts were my snacks. I ate very little at lunch, right? Just a few vegetables. That's it. And drink a cup of tea. Ginseng tea. And just a little bit of veggies. Because I ate the ghost I saw as my snack. So you dare to come? No matter how many ghosts you have, send them all here and I would have eaten them all. So you're employing ghosts and yet you're deceiving people and saying that you're Buddhist. So, and you just deceive people. And you have such courage to do those things, and you took the tombstone of the evil spirits and worship them as your protectors. So let me tell you, there was a bus driver that sent the 20 mental patients to go to the psychiatric ward. But in the middle, he went drinking and all the patients escaped. So the driver found a trick and said, "There's a free bus." And tell people that's going on the bus and said, "It's free here." And they got on the bus, and then he sent them to the psychiatric wards. And then sent them the psychiatric ward, but they were tested 3 days later and they were all normal. So let me tell you, all of us here are normal. But those who worship ghosts, they're all crazy people. Om Mani Padme Hum.